No, and I think this is what happens. The Spurs are exactly what they plan to be. Smart and savvy teams are old. The Miami Heat team with LeBron got old, but it was really smart because Battier and Allen and Wade, if you look at smart NBA teams, they're not 24-year-olds. They're 28, 30, 31, 32. So San Antonio gets an injury to their best young athlete. You're the one that keeps going back for Manu. You're the one that keeps Tony Parker. You're the one that brought Pau Gasol in. This is what San Antonio is, a beat-up old team that lost their one good player, and they're freaking out, and they're playing a team now that has 4 stars all in their mid-20s. Like, I feel no sympathy for San Antonio. This is what you are.
You remember the Alamo?
I do.
That's what we're going to see tonight. Remember the Alamo. Pop has trying to inspire his team by going after Zaza. I think it's going to work for a time. I think this game will be competitive for a time. And if somehow they catch Golden State sleepwalking, which Golden State can do.
A lot.
They may pull the upset. Hey, Jonathan Simmons, I think, has played well against Golden State previously. I think this is a good rallying cry for Popovich and the Spurs. And they have I think this will have a bit of an impact emotionally. LaMarcus Aldridge will play well tonight. I think they got a small chance to keep it competitive.
Look, I think where it'll help, Pop is so respected and influential in the league that even if it's subconsciously, the referees will call the game a little bit differently. They'll get a favorable whistle, all right? But as far as the Spurs themselves, I don't think they need it. They're veterans. They've proven time and time again they play well without Kawhi. 7-1 in the regular season. We saw what they did to Houston without him.
14-4 in 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're better. They're not better without him. They'd have a better chance with him. But the Warriors know, do not take them lightly. All they have to do is put in that Houston film and say, this is what can happen to you if you don't take them seriously.
Well, I don't think that tirade is going to help them at all. For this reason, I think it's a day late. You know, I think it should have happened right when after the end of the game. It didn't seem authentic to me. Mm-hmm. It seemed like something that it was planned out. If you had all these facts that Zaza was a dirty player and you throw all these, you could say, I got tape that can show you. You do it that day. I think that motivates your team then.
Hold on. I don't think night. He can't gather all that information.
No, he can show you the next day, but tell you, I got tape of it, and I will show you tomorrow the tape in the press conference. But he's a dirty player. He has a history of doing this. Look what he did to Kawhi. Look what he did to David West. Look what he also did to Patty Mills. He knew all those things, but he did not bring that to light until the next day, which to me made it seem authentic and kind of took away from the sting of what he really was trying to say. And at the end of the day, if that's what it takes to motivate the Spurs at this point, I mean, I think they're in a lot of trouble.
Well, listen, yeah, they're a veteran team, but every team needs some sort of motivation. When you've lost Tony Parker for the season, you've now lost Kawhi, coaches will try motivational ploys and get something for you to rally around, even when you're a veteran team. And this, to me, makes sense. No one believes in us. You know,
they aren't rah-rah individuals, like,
right.
You know, the type that, like, emotional players where somebody saying that type. You're right that it's a good ploy, but I don't know that they need it. Their type of players seem different.
Would you agree with Eddie, though? It was a calculated move by Pop.
Oh, yeah, I agree with it. And I think it'll influence the referees.
So Pop,
not the players, the referees.
So Pop believes it'll have some impact, or he wouldn't have done it.
I think he was directing that at the referees.
And the NBA, so they could get a favorable whistle. I agree with you on that. But it seemed like he was throwing in the towel a little bit to this series. And to your point, as far as...
That was surprising.
When you lose a big-time player, in 2009, we lost KG early in the season, and we end up losing in the second round to Orlando. Doc didn't have to give us any motivational speeches. We were motivated enough to say, hey, man, we got enough here to make it happen without the big fella. We was wrong. We was wrong. No, Doc is a great coach. Doc is a great coach. I'm sorry. I don't know where y'all getting that.
You know he's not popular.
There's a lot of rumors out there.
There's a lot of rumors floating around, but he was one of my best coaches I've had. You know, him and Pat Riley.
I'm sorry for you.
And him, Pat Riley, and Rick Adelman are my 3 best coaches.
Oh my God, bro.
Adelman was a good coach.
I should bring my ring so you can see what we did with one time. That's what I need to do. Break my jewelry out, man.
You know Pat Riley's head just exploded. You compared him to Rick Adelman.
I didn't compare him to Rick Adelman.